Hello and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren and today I am looking at a video from Let's Game It Out. I know it's been a minute since I've done a Let's Game It Out video, but I do enjoy them quite a lot. Josh is my boy. So this one is I made a stupid amount of money by exploiting the public and collapsing the film industry. I looked at this number and realized I don't know what it is. I think it's 114 trillion, 127 billion, 975 million, 963, or 114 million, or it would have been billion, I guess. 114 billion, million, thousand, hundred, yeah. So 114 billion, 127 million, 975,963 dollars by exploiting the public and collapsing the film industry. Let's go. The film industry needs to be collapsed. Also, things are still silly and wonky. Very exciting and fun. I'm enjoying every second. You know what? It's a good thing that I messed up so bad because it means I have learned a great deal. And the thing that I've learned is I'm not going to touch anything ever again. Anyway. Anywho, that's not important right now. What's important right now is we're going to see how Josh is going to cause havoc and mayhem this time. Let us begin.
Hey there, it's Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Let's Game It Out. We're playing Blockbuster Inc. today, where we get to make and manage our own movie studio. I believe we can even film some stuff ourselves. So what are we waiting for? New game! First things first, we need to name our studio. And you can just randomly have it make your own thing for you. But why do that when we can just come up with our own? Such as unwatchable garbage.
Yeah!
And we can choose what decade we want to start in.
Oh,
We're going to
cool.
start as close to the modern era as we can. And down here we have...
Oh, that makes it easier because then all you have to do is throw out some garbage because that's all they do these days. Very few good stuff is coming out. I've liked some of the more indie stuff. I guess I've liked some... I enjoy a good blockbuster, not gonna lie. They are fun. But sometimes I want something that's got some characters in it, you know? Although... I saw Civil War recently. Like, I did see that one when it came out, and it did make me cry. Like, that one messed me up. But we need more of those movies, though, that will mess you up inside. I will die on that hill. We need more of the movies that will mess you up.
Have some chosen starting genres and themes. I'm just gonna leave it on the defaults it gave me, which is the action and romance genres, and the themes are vampires in medieval times.
I love that.
Surely the most innovative.
Yes.
And here we are.
I think, you know what? You could do something really great with that. Stay tuned for the end if you want to hear my amazing new movie idea. It will be peak, but that's going to be at the end, and I'm not going to time code it, so you have to watch. TM, the idea, by the way.
Beautiful studio lot. Oh good, and our sign is here and everything. Soon everyone's gonna remember our movies. Or not, who cares? Anyway, whatever, it's time to build our studio. After all, these movies aren't
This feels very Simish.
And for that, we need to build some stuff. And thank goodness for this Sims-like familiar...
So glad that he also mentioned that it is exactly like The Sims, which I love that. I've been playing a lot of The Sims. I'm working on like a DC universe right now because I'm not great. I like to create characters that I already kind of know as opposed to like my own stuff because I'm boring. But like I'm working on the Bat Fam. So I've got Bruce, and then there was Dick and Jason. And I've spaced out when the kids are coming into the house. So Dick has now moved out. It's Jason as a teenager and Tim is a kid. I've got Selena Kyle living close by. She's a thief. And then I've got Clark and Lois living next door too. So it's like I'm slowly building out my DC universe in the Sims game.
Your layout. Not even lying when I say this. I want something that's as easy as possible to understand. And we could go ahead and make these pre-made rooms because we're gonna need all this stuff like a producer's office and a writer's office. And then these two that are both grayed out, which are probably audio and art direction. But I guess the game is telling us we don't need those to have a successful movie.
Not yet.
Honestly, it just keeps going. And again, we're not gonna use the pre-made ones because in my opinion they're just way too small. But instead of doing
tiny.
that, let's just make one giant room. Yep, just like that. And I wonder if inside this one room we can just nest in another room. Yep, it looks like we can. And
Amazing.
in that room we're we're gonna place another room and another. Yep, looking good. And another really tiny room right there in the middle. Okay, our studio's off to a
amazing
start. Basically, we're gonna make each one of these rooms something.
Okay.
Although first, we're gonna have to put some doors on these.
Yes.
Although maybe not that one. It just doesn't have the pizzazz we're looking for. Ooh, how about something like this? More glass on your door means you should be careful of the paparazzi. I mean, being able to see through the door is better, which means let's go ahead and do this one at the end, because look at this. All
wow.
all the time.
Yeah.
That's definitely more of what we're looking for, especially for what we're gonna make this outer ring of a room, which is to say we're gonna decorate it for the bathroom. So let's see. Let's take our one bathroom stall, put it as close to this door as we can.
Okay.
Yep, just like that. Everyone will get to view you coming out of that bathroom. Even the cars can get in on the action. And from adding that one thing, when I mouse over that room, a little toilet pops up. Now it knows what it is, kinda. And if I move one level deeper, it goes away to show that this room is not yet assigned. And so on and so forth, which means I'm sure everything is working as intended. Anyway, back to the toilets. And honestly, let's try to make this bathroom setup as awkward as possible. Let's just use these stalls to make like a hallway. A hallway that's gonna help guide people to the next room. Yep, so far so good.
Oh my gosh.
Toilets, really tight corridors. I'm sure there's people out there that hate this, but I bet there's also someone out there that loves this. I know.
I'm worried that the people, like that they're not on the squares well enough. That the people are going to have a hard time actually doing that navigation. Just from my many years of playing The Sims, there's a lot of issues that they have with spacing, and you think you've left enough room, but you haven't. The horrors. Anyway, that was a preemptive drink for when he inevitably cuts and there's like 1,000 toilets.
I do. And there we go. Okay, I think we've done it. We've gone ahead and filled up this entire space with a maze of toilets. So you enter the building through here, follow this narrow pathway against the wall all the way to the adjacent wall, and then you just zigzag back and forth.
Yeah,
and so
easy.
on and so forth. And then it takes you all the way around to this spot right here, which is where we're placing the door. Oh, and right next to it, the only sink in the entire bathroom. And now that we've put down the most important room, let's start on the next thing, which I think is going to have to be the canteen.
Okay.
Which it looks like the two things we need in here is a kitchen and a kitchen table. So we'll go ahead and take our one kitchen and put it as close to the door as we can. And for our glorious seating, we're going to put that right about here. There we go.
That's it?
Gonna put the one there.
Okay.
Talk about an effective use of the space. Oh, and we're also going to give this room some exciting wallpaper. Ah, yes, like these
Candy canes.
Finally, something we can all enjoy all year round, whether
Oh
we
my
want to or
God.
not. Oh, and we can't forget about adding a nice, clean floor tile. What a feast for the eyes. And moving on to the next room.
That hurts.
Let's see, what do we think? Producer office? Nah. Writer office? Not yet. Ah, yes, there we go. Maintenance. We want these workers to feel well taken care of, and that's why we're gonna give them extra decorations.
Nice.
Hey, why not a whole bunch of couches? And lastly, we have to give them some lockers.
Good job.
Otherwise, the game isn't
You
gonna...
gotta take care of your janitors, brah. You gotta. They're so important. That's like 100%, like not facetious at all. That is 100% true.
To know that this is a maintenance room. Okay, and moving on. This next room, as we get closer to the center, that's where we're gonna put our writers. Wow, look how needy they are. They need 4 different things. Why do you need a writing desk? I thought that's what Starbucks was for. Whatever, we'll just put it right there. And they're gonna need whiteboards, so we'll go ahead and put those on the...
See, that's what I mean though about space. That like just the, I don't think that's enough space for the person to be able to get in. Like they're not gonna be able to pull out the chair and sit down.
Opposite side. Hopefully that makes them less useful. And lastly, some cabinets. Here's your small one and also your big one. Intentionally facing out this way, the opposite of where the writer's desk is, so that if this writer needs to access them, they have to walk all the way around. And finally, we come to the producer's room, where some of the game's visual stuff is still waiting for them, like an ion cannon trying to hit them from space. Let's go ahead and put them under the weird beam thing.
Yeah, put them under that weird
You and your
beam.
suitcase full of money will be very happy here. And then way in the back is where we're gonna put the rest of the stuff. Oh, and also nobody gets windows. You guys have to earn those with good movies. Oh, except the bathroom level. You guys get some windows. Because in the bathroom, it's always showtime. And now that our amazing studio is ready for prime time, we're gonna need to hire some people to run it. So let's get started. We've got stuff like actor, as well as director, as well as producer. Actually, you can just look at this list. That's all the things we have.
Fair.
They all have like different talents and stuff. Like this sloth icon means that they're a slacker. Produces worst results at work. Well, that's the kind of go-getter attitude we're looking for. You're hired. Look at her. She already looks resentful to have a job. I mean, there's good traits too. Like someone could be laid back, which affects their happiness. But really what I'm looking for is only red. Like Raymond here, I think is going to be a great writer because he's a slow learner. And for Heath, this actor over here, you would think he'd be a great catch. You know, with the thing about being easily stressed and less happiness. But then I saw this big shiny gold icon. A-lister? And this person's a B-lister. Oh, see, here's what I'm looking for.
A nobody is me. Hire me for something, maybe.
Nobody. Looks like you're also hired. I'm sure you'll be an amazing producer. Oh, and if we don't like our options here, I believe we have to wait until the next refresh, which is going to happen in March 2010. And right now it's only January 2010. That's okay. We have another option.
Dang. We in 2010. What were we watching in 2010? I think Avatar came out that year. I want to say Thor came out that year. One of the Sherlock Holmes movies with Guy Ritchie came out that year. 2010 was so long ago.
It's called the Character Creator. And oh my goodness, look at this. We can create any kind of character we want. We can dress them up in any era of outfit we want. We can go for that more modern look, or less modern, or just straight vintage. But thank goodness they have so many styles of glass.
I mean, now he's dressed like Twilight from Spy Family. Maybe I should make a Spy Family household.
Already. The only factor that matters, different sweet shades. And I appreciate that there's sliders that we can use to establish how old or young they are. And we can
the only thing it changes is their hair color.
Decide their skills? Like, I mean, why wouldn't you take their charisma and move it all the way to the top, as well as their athleticism, and just make them the perfect specimen? And we could also make their fame super high to be a superstar, and choose nothing but positive traits. All that matters is they're perfect.
Yes.
For someone else, I mean. We won't
Not
be doing
us.
any of that.
No.
If we're gonna create our own actors, we're gonna give them as many disadvantages as possible. So this guy's gonna be a couch potato and have less athletic skill, and he's gonna have a lower chance to perform well on stunts, and he's unpopular, and he's a slow learner. Not to mention that athleticism is down in the tubes.
Adam Sandler.
Actual
Sorry?
solid 0.
Coughed.
We'll be a little bit gracious. We'll take his charisma and make it a solid 2, just to mix it up a little. And of course, they're not going to be 20. They're going to be 60. There you are, my silver fox. And while we're at it, let's change that name. You're no longer whatever that said before.
Clay Shelton.
Your name is first name ready, last name to suck. And they said the perfect actor doesn't exist. Look at that, looking great. Why would we go with boring old popular Heath at $14,000 when we can go with ready to suck, age 60? $997. That's
still more than me.
14 times cheaper. What a savings. And while I was in the Character Creator, I might have made a couple more characters. After all,
amazing.
we need to fill. So I would like to
I
introduce
like that dress in the background. I'm not gonna lie. I did like that, like some of those dresses in the background. I'm a simple girl at heart.
writer, actually illiterate, age 20, another bargain deal. Not to mention our newest director, Forever Singleton, age 20. In fact, you may notice something of a trend. If they're an actor, I've made them 60. Every single one of them. If they're any other position at all of them are 20 years old. So we can touch upon both corners of incompetence. And I see a bus is arriving. Oh, good, and here comes everybody. Getting off the bus to come work. I'm not sure why the bus dropped you off at 1 in the morning, but who am I to judge, I guess. I'm kind of curious what happens now. At the moment, they appear to just be socializing and wandering around, because I guess what else can you do at 2 in the morning? Okay, let's go ahead and speed up time and see if we can make this a little bit better. Oh good, it's starting to rain too. Nope, never mind. As quickly as it came, it's gone. The good news is someo's finally going to work. Or is off to take a crap. I guess we're gonna find out. Nope, never mind. False alarm. I did notice something suspect. I think the game has decided to hide some of my items. Like, I'm pretty sure that there used to be a toilet right here. See, there it is. I knew I wouldn't leave a gap like that. I'm pretty sure I put a kitchen right here. Yeah, like that one. Literally that one. And if I try to come back here and place another kitchen, it says objects are intersecting. I assume because the ghost kitchen is actually still there. But if we take this and move it over to the side of it, well, that works just fine. Same deal with the toilets. I can no longer place one right here. That's fine. We'll just place a wall right there. You made me do this. Also, it looks like our people are having food needs, up to and including a bunch of people that were just using the bathroom, I guess. You know, the person to blame is this guy right here.
The chef.
Part and actually do some cooking. working, or he could just wander around and socialize. I thought maybe I had some control over what they do, but when you click on him, it just brings up this menu, and then I see him doing nothing but wandering around and complaining some more. Come on.
Okay, there's got to be a thing that you can do, though, right? Maybe you need like an extra thing in this kitchen before they can do anything. Maybe do you need to buy food?
Sir, it's up to you to... Or you could just fall over.
You could die.
Up again. Maybe
Okay.
You should have been an actor. Well, I guess they're just gonna stand around in the nighttime and complain about needing to sleep and how hungry they are. And occasionally they all teleport into the stalls to take dumps simultaneously. Okay, so they've been milling around for a while, not doing anything to help themselves. We've got this maintenance worker that's perpetually stuck between these two toilet hallways. We've also got...
See, that again, that's what I was saying. I think there needs to be more space. I mean, some of them have managed to get through, I suppose.
This other 20-year-old stuck at the end of the hall. You know what it is? They probably just need something to do. So let's get ready to make our next big project. And that's putting down a movie set. We're gonna go with the super basic default one for now.
Okay.
There we go. Ah, yes, perfect. Only the best weird, awkward medieval set for us. With the most amazing up-to-date equipment. And to go with that, it's time to enter product creation. Here's where we get to customize the kind of movie we're making. And yeah, you can randomize and get all kinds of things that sound like actual movie titles.
Potato of the tree?
But first, let's choose our product.
The potato of the tree sounds like a real project. I guess it kind of sounds like something that they might use as a placeholder script to make people not know what they're working on.
Type. For now, it's just going to be a movie, of which it's going to be a low-budget one, because that's all we're trusted with for now. For genre, we're going with romance, and for theme, we're going with vampire. And I guess because we haven't researched it yet, we can only do G-rated movies.
Oh no, a G-rated vampire movie? That sounds like Hotel Transylvania. No, that was PG even, I think. I was going to say, that sounds terrible. I think even Hotel Transylvania was rated PG. What about My Neighbor's a Vampire one with the little kid who was not Macaulay Culkin, but like was also a little kid in a lot of those movies around that time with the glasses kid with the spiky blonde hair? That movie.
It's a low-budget vampire romance movie for all audiences, starring only geriatrics. That won't be awkward at all. And to go along with that G rating, we're gonna have no lore, no dialogue, no story, atmosphere, or conflict, or suspense, but all the gore in the world and tons of hardcore intimacy. And now for the name of our movie. Violent geriatrics, hugging, and kissing.
Kissing.
Well, just for consistency, then, we better take off this G too.
Yep.
Yes, there we go. Violent geriatrics, hugging and kissing. Fun for all ages. And now on to scenes and sets. We get to choose a bunch of filming locations. Choose set. Our glorious default set. Followed by our next amazing set, the default set again. And then to round out this masterpiece, the default set. And just to spice it up, how many extra scenes can we add? Oh, wow, we can add quite a few, can't we?
Dang.
Is there actually a limit to how many scenes we can do in this? Oh, that
One moment.
sounds getting kind of crunchy. But let's not let that stop us. Oh, the game froze. Well, that'll teach me. Okay, wait, I think I found the problem. It turns out when you add too many scenes, the game wants to have a little more RAM. And by a little, I mean a lot. And by a lot, I mean nearly all of it. Game, I appreciate your efforts to try to get upwards of 55 gigs of RAM. But look, we don't have to do it this way. I'll just add less scenes. Let's just go with a mere 50 instead.
Just
Which,
50.
of course, now I have to go to each and every one of these and choose the right set. And done. Oh, and if we're gonna do that, we have to add some extra stunt scenes. I guess I didn't learn my lesson the first time, did I? And each one of them...
Does he ever? Has Josh ever once learned his lesson about anything ever? Just, I'm literally asking as a real question.
Has a negative modifier, it looks like, because for one, we don't have a stunt person, and on top of that, our actors are basically incapable of everything. But
Good.
hey, how can you go wrong with 30 stunts in one movie? All that for $50,000. And I was gonna move on to post-production, but I can't actually click on that yet. I guess we just release it immediately after filming. Works for me. Create product. And the movie process begins. As you can see, the screenplay is already underway. And our first roadblock. We need to have violence.
Silence on the set. A slow chatter unfolds as most of the crew members sit idly and talk with one another. Only the producer is tense. We need to have violent geriatrics hugging and kissing ready by the end of the week. Why are you all standing around doing nothing? There's no script to work with, a voice responded from the crowd. The producer, angry, speaking to himself, storms toward Actually's office. She said it would be ready an hour ago. The script was I mean, there's no dialogue in the script, but still, it's due in a week, and the script was only supposed to be done an hour ago.
Silent geriatrics hugging and kissing ready by the end of the week. There's no script to work with, a voice responded from the crowd. I can't do it, Actually says. And don't forget, this is the person we hired to do our writing. First name Actually, last name illiterate. And we have 3 choices. We can go with this nice approach. You need to take a break, it's alright. We'll get back to it tomorrow. Except we're not going to. Nor are we gonna do take your time and deliver a good result. We're gonna go with the high pressure answer. Everyone is waiting for you out there. Get a hold of yourself and give us a script that we can work with.
Yeah. Tell her.
And I don't care. See, there we go. That's all it took. She managed to get a script done, but at the cost of a lingering anxiety that will be hard to recover.
She's broken forever.
I'm sure she's fine. Also, how did you even get in here? On, here we go. Filming is about to begin. Just get in there and do your 50+ scenes of hugging and kissing. And no, I don't care if all of you are hungry and tired. So they've been standing here all day and all night doing no filming. What's the problem? Oh, wait, there's like a thing up here. Waiting for crew. Oh, whoops. My fault. Well, our actors are here, as is the director. Well, where the heck is our crew guy? Oh, silly me. I forgot to hire one. No problem. I made this guy to be our crew person. Behold, accident prone. Ah, another midnight delivery, I see. Where our guy gets dropped off on set in the cover of darkness. Finally, we can get this show on the road at 1 in the morning. I'm sure this feels optimal for everybody.
I mean, it is a vampire movie. This actually does make sense for vampires. Although why they're in a church, I do not know.
Now for the riveting filming of everybody standing around, gesturing wildly with their arms. While the director sits and does nothing, this guy figures out how to use a camera for the first time. But whatever, this film is getting made at a breakneck pace. And you can tell this camera guy is fitting in because he just had his moment where he had the vapors. And apparently that's how movies are made. And done.
Everyone's got to die at least once. I don't understand, like, why are they tired? Like, do you have to build a bed for them? They don't just leave at the end? This game makes no sense to me.
Congratulations, actors. This calls for swimming in the floor. Oh my goodness, the film has come out, and we've achieved a beautiful 28 and so many memorable quotes. An insult to the film industry. A mockery of an attempt. It makes you wonder if they did it on purpose.
They did.
Reviewers, you can see right through me. And then if we look over here at ticket sales, we sold 3,828 tickets. Oh my god, we can actually watch the movie. Oh well, look at that. It starts with the title screen and the credits and everything. Ah yes, look at this cinematic masterpiece. One camera angle played over and over again of 3 actors wildly gesticulating, of which one of them we can't even see their face. And
I like that they are all brunettes in this scene, even though all of them had like gray hair in IRL.
About halfway through, something changes. Stunts we did. I'm glad it's the same one stunt over and over again. Honestly, I can kind of understand how about 3,000 people would tolerate this. It has just the right amount of art factor. You may also notice that our expenses tally up to $67,800. We didn't lose all that money though. Due to our stellar ticket sales, we only lost $6,500. But I bet we can make up that difference after we head on over here to the research button and go all in on technology. We can go from our crappy 1900s camera all the way up to something a little more today. Oh geez, this thing takes 3,040,000 research points. But never fear, we appear to have 8,295,000 points. How or why? Don't know.
Okay.
Don't care.
Glad to know that it's not just me who was like, wait a minute, how did that work? Doesn't matter. We just have them.
As we're buying this camera, and to go along with this, we'll go with the nicest 2010 lighting. Yes, good, great. And I would go with this really expensive microphone, but we don't have enough RP for it. We're just not gonna have a microphone at all, because now I realize we could spend that money on something else.
Well, do we really need the microphone if all of our scripts are gonna have no dialogue?
Fire effects. Yes, please. This is also the place we unlock a bunch of other things we probably care about, like being able to produce a TV show, not to mention being able to do bigger and bigger budgets. So we're just gonna unlock all of these. Ooh, and we can also unlock different ratings and genres.
Ooh.
Just so we have them, we'll unlock all the ratings. You never really know when you're gonna be inspired to make an NC-17 movie. And we'll also unlock all the genres so we have plenty of choices moving forward. Oh, geriatric movie update. For whatever reason, I didn't realize we'd have a second month of sales. Now we've made money off this monstrosity.
Amazing.
$10,000. Well, now I'm curious how long this will go. If we just let the months pass by, which by the way, I don't know what this anything even means. Oh, it's scheduling. Is that why no one's eating? Like if I just select eat and tell them right now is the time to do that.
Oh.
Staring at the grill like it's his first time seeing it.
As he like phases the frying pans in and out of reality. Okay, yeah, that doesn't seem super intuitive. That also sucks that you have to schedule out when they eat. At least the Sims will go woo at you and you can just click on the refrigerator and they'll just do a thing. Like, that's easier.
Because let's be honest, it probably is. Uh-oh, actually illiterate is unable to reach a canteen table. Well, you're just gonna have to learn to share. We only have the one. What if I just tell you to work all 24 hours of the day? Well, it turns out switching everyone to do work only appears to be no different than leaving it on anything. I mean, that's fine. We'll just leave it on work all the time then. And month number 3, we made another 4.
I can't believe we're making money.
For a total profit of 15. And month number 4 has shown even more profits. I'm not gonna say no to that extra cash. Oh no, what's this? Illegal poaching. Ready to Suck walks in with an envelope in hand. The logo of Artsy Pictures is visible in the upper left corner. They made me an offer after watching me in Violent Geriatrics hucking and kissing. I'm afraid I have to take their offer unless there's a way to match their salary. And sure, I could match their salary, but I don't think so. You can go if you want.
Bye.
Oh, no, I only wanted it as leverage. I'll stick around with my current salary. Yeah, that'll teach you. Never try that again. In fact, where are you? There you are. Merging with the director, I see. Well, hold still, I want to talk to you. Ready to suck? Get ready to be fired. And now that we've done that, let's go back over to hire employees, and let's hire him back. Well, look who's come crawling back. I hope we learned our lesson this time. Oh, and check this out. This year's Filmwood Awards.
We own your soul. We will fire you and hire you back immediately, and you will not have any kind of balls to say no to us.
Ceremony is about to begin. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Any award could go to us. Except Best Director because we weren't nominated. Or Best Producer where we also weren't nominated. Or Best TV Actress where there was only one nomination at all. I'm so confused. Oh, finally we're nominated for something. Best Looking Studio. And we won. For well-maintained lots, tasteful decorations.
How?
Lightiness everywhere. Who wouldn't want
Oh, you know what? It's because they have so many maintenance people.
work here? And I must say I'm not surprised given how amazing our studio looks. Well, for our win, we apparently get 1,000 studio fans and +1 employee happiness. Wow,
Okay.
look at them now. Their happiness is off the charts. Well, now I feel extra motivated to begin our next big classic. Let's get started. And we're gonna play it kind of safe this time with another romance, except this one's gonna be an
Aliens?
romance.
Good.
Age focus, rated R. And let's see, this time let's go all lore. No
Ooh,
dialogue,
okay, so good.
No story, no atmosphere, all conflict, no suspense, no gore, and no intimacy. I think we've created the most boring looking movie of all time.
I think so.
Alien Geriatrics. Crying over books. And this time we're gonna go with just the 3 scenes, which are still decorated for a vampire theme. And what the heck, let's add a stunt scene. Wait a minute, what does it mean to direct the scene? It's exactly what you think it would be. We get to direct this stunt.
Oh,
Instead of
okay.
doing that jump. I think this alien love story calls for CPR, and we can't forget to add our practical effects. So let's see, what does fire do? Well, I don't really know what I was expecting. What about you guys? Can I, like, move you around? Oh, good, you really can.
Nice.
Into the fire. Now we're talking. And now if this wasn't good enough,
I
now
love that you can see the zipper on the costume.
we can adjust the camera movement. So instead of a static, let's focus on our actors. Zoom in as far in as we can. Camera shake all the way to the most. And let's take that shake speed up as high as it'll let us go. Oh boy, we're all gonna be sick. Well, if we're gonna finesse that stunt scene, we might as well direct the other scenes too. So for
Okay.
scene number 1, we're just gonna have one actor who we're gonna take and have them face the camera. Yeah, just like
Good for
that.
them.
And then instead of standing and talking, we're gonna have them act out getting stabbed.
This is so much. I was not expecting there to be this. God, I was kind of thinking this might be fun. I think this would be tedious. There's a reason I do acting and I don't do directing or production in any kind of meaningful way.
Stabbed. Yeah, you're doing great. You absolutely look like you're getting stabbed. And then for camera movement, we're gonna kind of aim it down like this. And we're gonna zoom all the way in. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's the opening shot of our movie. Then moving on to scene number 2, which is gonna feature Late Life McCrisis and Madam Has-Been, where we're gonna have Madam Has-Been doing the animation of kissing slow. Now get ready for your big scene of making out with this wall back here. Yes, there we go.
Why is she doing that?
And finally, we'll cap this off with scene 3. We're gonna select gangster shooting for all 3. So they're all irresponsibly firing guns on set, horrifically close to each other's faces. Okay, it's time to create that product.
Great. Honestly, I think this is going to be amazing.
Oh, say what you will, but I think this is going to turn out to be a masterpiece. We can already see how this awkward scene is going. And the reviews are in. Aw, yeah.
Even worse.
Lower score than before. But don't listen to the reviews. We have to see this masterpiece for ourselves.
Yes.
All right, hit us with the good stuff. What do you mean they didn't like this? I mean, didn't you see the gun scene? And how could you not love this stunt? What a cinematic masterpiece. And unfortunately, our ticket sales weren't as good. So we lost some money and we got to turn this around. But in order to ensure that, we're going to go with the safe sequel. To geriatric, to kissin'. But this time we're going to build a new set in the set design. We're gonna go with this Western theme
cute.
because it has a balcony.
It
Look at all
does.
the props we can add. So because it totally makes sense, we'll put a bank vault right there.
Okay.
Maybe some of these fancy candelabras and some nice rugs to tie it all
And
together.
a bar.
God, it's so big. I don't know if this is gonna fit on our lot. Well, thank goodness we can expand for cheap. Okay, perfect. There we
Nice.
go. And that's where we're gonna film all of our scenes. Which, by the way, my disappointment has no boundaries. What's the point of having this balcony if I can't use it?
Oh.
Front and center you go. I'm pretty sure none of this matters anyway. And now it's time to create that. Uh-oh. Not enough money. Oh, I don't even have 50 grand, huh? Oh, wow. That set was expensive. Now we have 229.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's what the bank is for.
Oh, okay.
Specifically for giving us a loan. Oh boy, and me with a credit limit of $1 million. Don't mind if I do. And now we're flush with cash. And now let's create it. Oh boy, how
This is what you got to do. It's the mother load cheat in Sims. You can't just do Control-Shift-C, then hit Rosebud, semicolon, exclamation point 1, which you used to be able to do, and just like go up in like a lot. Now you have to like Control-Shift-C, testing cheats space true, and then you can hit mother load and go up by $50,000. But like that's the new Sims cheat. You're welcome.
I can't wait for this cinematic masterpiece. Oh,
It looks like he's doing
I noticed. I figured
really like gonna like having a weird air guitar sesh.
out where you can reshoot the scenes. So if I'm not happy with that 20% rating, I can just tell it to reshoot. Yeah, get up there. I expect you to do better this time. Okay, so I reshot them over and over and over again, and I'm pretty sure this is the best it's gonna get. It's now April 2013, and we've burned through almost all of our money. But I'm proud to say that 2G2K is finally releasing. Now all that's left for us to do is wait for the reviews to fly in. Oh boy, fingers crossed. 0? Really? What were all the reshoots for then? I did get 100% in scene retakes. That's gonna count for something. But it did have decent ticket sales, I guess, at 85,000. Although we're still in the whole 101,000. Okay, new strategy. Clearly reshoots are for suckers. So instead we're gonna do one last ditch effort. I'm gonna hit random a bunch of times. There, that's the movie we're going with. Sliders completely arbitrary. Only one actor to save money. Old.
Dang.
And now the absolute moment that this is done filming whatever the hell this is, the moment that progress bar hits 100, that film is finished and sent out to release.
Okay, great.
There's only $5 left in our bank account. This is our absolutely last chance to succeed. So let's hope we do okay. Yep, 26.
Okay.
Tasteless and simply wrong. That's not the part I care about, though. The part
But it's almost as good as the first one, right?
I care about is those day one sales.
Dang.
You know, 14,970 tickets sold. Our film is immediately profitable by $177,000.
Nice.
Oh, good. Look at that. We're cash positive again. Wait, so can I
Forever.
just do this every time? Like, if I just randomly assign everything, wrinkles to die for. Will this speed build work every time? And done. And release. And crappy reviews. And ticket sales are enough where we still manage to turn a profit. Okay, I think I now understand how this game works. So here's what we're gonna do next. First, let's go ahead and expand our studio space. So pretty much as far as the game is gonna allow. Okay, great. Now we have a lot more space to work with. Now we're gonna take this.
He gave there's a I was like he gave them a water tower like Warner Brothers. He's getting rid of the water tower.
This crappy thing, move it out of the way. And now let's head over to this back corner right here. Head on over to sets, grab the default one, and now it's time to build, and so on and so forth. Okay, now we've got 27 additional sets to work with. Who cares that they're literally all identical? You can see where this is going, right? Well, momentarily anyway. We still don't have very much money, so let's make another crappy cash grab real fast. Oh, who am I kidding? They're all crappy cash grabs. And paid. Okay, now we have $110,000, which means now we have enough money to do 2 low-budget films. Although one problem we're gonna have is we only have one director, and that director's gonna need a camera guy too. No problem, it's hiring time. And I don't want to pay high prices for all these overachievers still. That's okay, import character to the rescue. We can just add a clone of our director.
Oh, nice.
There he is. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. We're gonna do something kind of interesting here.
He looks like Jimmy Neutron's dad is who this guy, the director, looks like. I've decided. And you know, do you see where I'm getting at? Am I crazy?
Geriatric 6. And now for our next movie, we're just gonna do Geriatric 6 again, although everything else will be totally random. This won't be confusing at all for audiences, right? Two movies with the same name coming out of the same studio, all of it by the same
It'll be like Ants and A Bug's Life.
same writer, but with completely different premises, shot simultaneously, both of which are released on the same night. And here come the first reviews. Oh, I like this review. It's like they were so flabbergasted they didn't even leave a quote. And listen, if you didn't like this Geriatric 6, well then why not try this other Geriatric 6? What a score! Speaking of scores, I'm not gonna say no to these ticket sales. All I can tell you is we went from basically no money to 180,000, which means we can hire more cheap clones. Now we can make 3 variations of the same movie. So far, every time we release an onslaught of these failures, we basically double our money. And we also had to go and clone some of our actors, because now we have 6 of the same title in production. At this point, I'm not even looking at the scores. It
doesn't matter.
These as fast as I can. I don't care when I made $500,000 all at once. Well, if 6 at once is good, then how about...
Oh my god, of course.
Okay, here we are, still making movies. It's now February 2033.
Oh, wow. We, zoomed right on into the future, didn't we? I mean, we started in 2010, which was a million years ago. And now, we're 9 years into... 9 years. That's not that many years, is it? 2033 doesn't seem like a real year. Oh my god, I'm going to be ancient in 2033. I'm going to be... I mean, my birthday... will be close in February 23. It won't have happened yet. I'll still be old.
Years later, and we went from $500,000 to $2.1 billion. You might notice on the side here that we're up to Geriatric 24.
And we're still getting 27s. Have we broken 30 on any of these at all?
Like 10 million each on their first day, and we hired a whole bunch of additional clones.
I mean, to be fair, this is kind of what's happening with the MCU. They're just shitting out the same movie over and over and over again, and making millions.
Us a total of 80 employees, which, by the way, is the limit to how many employees we can have. I have
That's
to
too bad.
admit, though, the entire process is kind of a pain. We gotta set all this stuff, and then we have to choose one of our director clones, and then the writer, and then we have to select one of our many Mrs. Failures, and it's not a lot of work to do once, but to do it over and over again, it's kind of labor intensive, and our first day ticket sales tend to be always around 10 million, and that's too predictable for me. Then I realized there's something over in research that might help us out, and that's the marketing office. Unlock the marketing menu where you can launch marketing campaigns to boost your products and stars. Sounds like it's worth a shot to me. And I created and hired a character named Crying Inside. That's how you know he works in marketing.
Yep.
So now I believe the next step is we need to get a movie in production. And then we head on over to this marketing button. And looking at the different campaigns we can do, we're going to do billboard advertising because it has the widest range of plus 25 to 50%.
Huge range.
Campaign. And now while this movie is off being filmed, Crying Inside is off. Actually, he's just wandering around. But it says he's doing stuff, so I guess there you go. Okay, here we go. The billboard advertising campaign concluded and added plus 100 hype.
Dang.
I don't really know what that means, but I guess we'll see if that mattered when it releases, which is if we made more than 10 million in the first day. Oh, wow, that really made a difference. Okay, wait, can we have...
Marketing is key. Marketing's very important.
Marketing guy? Yes, actually, it turns out you can hire as many people as there are desks. So now there's 12 desks in here, which means now we have 12 marketing guys.
Nice.
Get another movie in production. It's time for all 12 marketers to do their thing. I guess they do hang out in the office sometimes. Okay, and the campaign is complete, and now it's added 300 hype.
Okay.
No, wait, 525 hype. No, wait, 1,102.
Wow.
I guess I'll just wait till the rest pour in and we'll see where it lands. Okay, it looks like the final number is 196,672. I wasn't really paying attention, but it just clicked in my brain that the hype gain is a percentage, which I guess means it builds on itself, or so we'll see. Oh, wow, that's a lot of ticket sales.
That's a lot of ticket sales.
955,776,647 tickets sold. For how much in first day sales? Oh, a mere $43 billion.
It's the best-selling movie of all time.
Well, think we found our strategy moving forward, and that's how we made over $100 billion. And lastly, let's head back to the bank. This time it's for studio shares. Here's our cash on hand versus everybody else. Our $115 billion against everybody else's sad amounts. So I have an idea. Let's just buy out everybody.
Okay.
Owning shares of another studio lets you receive part of its monthly profit, proportional to the amount of your shares. Oh, so you mean all of it across the board?
Yeah.
I guess we are the filmmaking business now, owning every
Disney
that exists. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'm sure Mrs. Failure, now age 92, also did. And I'll see you next time.
Okay, wow. All right, so I mean,
Yes, Josh, welcome.
hey, shush. Well, part of that felt a little real. Felt a little real there for a second. Oh my God. I think that is kind of what they do. I feel like that's a little, it hit a little too close to home with how I'm pretty sure things actually work. Oh well. I always like a let's game it out video though. I always have a good time with that. So I hope you did enjoy. And I guess I will see you all next time. Let me know what I should look at next. Oh, I was going to tell you my amazing story idea. Are you ready? Okay, this is it. It's going to be amazing. So I decided that it's going to be Steve Carell is the lead, but basically hapless dad, you know, sort of just a hapless dad. And he is going with his son and the friends to the, you know, summer cabin in the woods. It's their last hurrah before college. He's going with them because he is a responsible adult and he's not going to let a group of 17 and 18-year-olds just go off into this house by themselves. It's foolish. So he's going to go with them as a chaperone. The mom is not coming. She is, I think, played by Drew Barrymore in my brain. She's not coming because she's having a girls' night. So they get to this house. It's beautiful and amazing. And, you know, there's some teen angst happening, but it's mostly chill. Like, the kids are good kids. That, you know, like, there's, like, a weird video that they're basically told if you break anything, you'll pay for it. You know, and they're like, you know, it's fine. We're not going to break anything. You know, there's got to be some tension between the Steve Carell character and angsty teen son. Who doesn't matter what their name is. Basically, I want to have a lot of tropes in there. And so it's like the two horny teens are in the closet. They're making out, you know, they're definitely going to be one of the first victims, right? So the dad is actually the one who breaks something by accident. He breaks something, the monsters are released, whatever. They go for the horny teens, but the dad, in order to go and fix the things he broke, ends up opening the closet they're making out in, and it's like the monster can't get them because the dad has stopped them from actually doing anything that would require the monster to act. And just little happenstances throughout, like the dad notices, oh, like this rug is bunched up, gotta spread that out, you know, like fixes it so now no one can fall down the stairs. Like just little things like that. The monsters keep getting like completely stymied. They cannot kill these people. Sort of like in the Scooby-Doo opening where Daphne is like thinking and talking, and just as the monster hand reaches out to grab her, she just walks forward. That continually. Eventually, you know, the kids realize that there is something in fact going on. The dad is mostly still worried about his relationship with the son, so he's like calls the wife a few times. The reason the wife isn't there, remember, is because she was doing a girls' night. Turns out she's a monster hunter. So it like bounces back from him being like dealing with angsty teen drama, not realizing he's dealing with monster drama, cutting to her who's like cutting off the heads of vampires and stuff. She is where most of the gore will happen. Like the scenes with the mom is where most of like the horror movie gore is going to happen. You know, I just look, I think it could be funny. And like eventually they have to work together and they figure out how to defeat the monsters, and like it's a whole thing. But anyway, I thought that it would be fun. That's our new $1 million movie idea. TM. But I don't know. If I think it would be funny. So that's it. That's it for me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.